Hello, this is part 5 of Hollow Earth AGARTHA. It directly follows the video part 4, and the Rattan waves I was talking about can be understood like this. The Earth has these waves all around it, moving circular and counter to each other in various different formats, and these Rattan waves can be detected at the 1.6 gigahertz, which is a universal way of trying to track these wave functions and try to predict where and when they might open portals. They are often heard when they are nearby as the famous hums. This one is known as the Dow's hum. Collectively, all the various loud hums that bother a lot of people. And again, these waves have these channels that I was speaking of. And these bars of wave can be condensed into a single channel. And again, that is a single terminal here with various different channels opening up, described further in part 4. So again, they can go to various different places, one from the Egyptian pyramids all the way to the Mount Shasta, or back and forth. The Himalayas on one side, the Rocky Mountains on our side. I'll explain this in great detail coming up, where these mountain ranges act as giant radar dishes, bouncing off huge quantities of information and knowledge and all sorts of things back and forth, energizing the planet, protecting the planet, healing the planet. That's what these mountain ranges actually do, besides being formed by the natural methods of tectonics and so forth. Okay, so now we'll move into this here, where again we are showing the Earth has many deep layers of triangles of high strangeness and ley lines interconnected. Many of them have been destroyed over the millions of years, but there are many ancient ages, more than just Lemuria and Atlantis, many of them, and they had ley line systems and that have been destroyed in many places throughout the world. But AGARTHA Hollow Earth maintains many of them using the various dimensions I just explained. Again, these Rattan waves, they are multi-dimensional waves of astral tunnels like a rattan ball. These tunnel systems also gather up huge quantities of EMF fields. They gather them all up and store them as information, just like HARP in the north, something like that. It gathers up huge, massive quantities of EMF fields and places them into computers and banks them, records them, and all of these are placed in the large bases of aliens at South Pole Base, and these waves are channeled up, or they can be channeled down from the North Pole Base of the aliens, back down, back and forth throughout. Like I said, many of these layers go back into other eons. Okay, and so these are like giant global EMF collectors, and And these bases collect all this information, EMFs from bodies of living creatures like us. So basically everything that we do and think is recorded by them and for study using the AMF frequencies. Okay, so this is another new example. Sorry for the shakiness there. These, again, we have the core that is known to most scientists, and the aliens use this core as a form of turning it into non-radiation light. And that light, of course, is shared to the various different bases throughout. And again, these bases can create super condensation of quantum dimensions that can be pushed upward and placed into such places as the ley line conjunctions. Many times cryptids will appear when these portals are opened. Again, here's that Rattan Wave of the 1.6 gigahertz. This is the central information gathering current that goes back and forth from the North Pole base to the South Pole base, back and forth. Waves travel through. Okay, and I think we have time for another one here. I'm not sure which one. I was thinking of going back to this one for a moment, because the bases of the aliens, these cities, are scattered throughout the entire planet. They're just like cheesecloth, with these giant caverns, monstrous sized caverns, pockets inside the earth, and it looks like cheesecloth. And to us, we could not probably see them if we were to enter them. All we would see is blackness. But again, they are using those dimensions from the quantum realms, from the quantum dimensions. Okay, well, let's try for one more here. This is the city that I saw inside one of the major cities, the one that goes through Tartara and Tibet. This one is a giant, you know what, there's a lot to this one and the others that follow, so let's leave it for the next video. Sorry to put you in suspense, but yeah, I'll explain this one in part 3. Thank you.